provided by
Before we go, we want to welcome a musician here from Maui, Kamale and his wife, Sierra Kava'a. And I know that music has been really healing for the people of Hawaii and Maui in the aftermath of the fires.
Through music is also how we heal. Our creative industry in Maui has already raised millions of dollars, but it's going to take years and billions of dollars to fundraise and help support the recovery efforts from Maui.
Well, how can people help?
So the way that we're going to ask the world to help is by visiting mauiola.org and help in any way that you can.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do a little healing right now and play us a little music.
Hear our prayer, Keakua bless this land. From the Kuahivi to the glistening sands, crimson blossoms of Lehua, dance your praise.
Happening now.
Tracking rain on the radar right now and more rain on the horizon, along with just how cool it's going to get behind today's cold front in just a bit.
A vicious dog attack right here on the street of this West Side neighborhood. We talked with the neighbors who saw it happen.
We're monitoring a situation at the San Antonio airport. Emergency vehicles surrounding a Frontier airline jet. We have a crew on the scene gathering details. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, rain showers continuing to move through our area right now. A little bit of humidity in the air, but a lot less muggy than it was earlier today. And earlier this afternoon, there was a little breeze blowing as well.
Yeah, all this just a precursor for what Mother Nature has in store for us tonight and tomorrow throughout the weekend. Adam, temperature's about to take a tumble, but not a big tumble, right?
We're not looking at the same tumble we had with our last cold front around Halloween, where we got down into the 30s. None of that with this front, but noticeable changes. I want to start with the rain and what's impacting the evening commute. Heaviest rain closer to the Gulf coastline. You get locally, and it's very, very light in nature, which is good because it's the soaking kind of rain. It's just not adding up to a whole lot. It's going to make for some wet roads out there, just not really a whole lot to put a big dent in the drought that we have. A few moderate showers, one along Highway 90 here. This is just between Sabinal and Hondo, moving to the northeast pretty quickly, and momentarily that's going to be near Medina Lake. So the back edge of this is actually moving through the hill country. That's the back edge right there. This is all moving through, and as we go through the evening hours, we'll still see more of this light rain coming and going, but becoming not as widespread later on tonight and even into tomorrow, just more isolated in nature. Look at temperatures: 80 Santa Maria, 63 Leon Springs, 65 in Bulverde. By the way, Bernie at Rick's backyard picked up 1/3 of an inch of rain. Temperatures are gradually falling out there from north to south. A few light showers through the evening, north wind at 10 to 20. Temperatures eventually in the upper 50s later on tonight. We'll talk about the temperature trend going forward with this front and another opportunity for rain just around the corner.
See you in a few minutes. Thank you.
We will be staying on top of our ever-changing weather and invite you to do so as well. You can download the KSAT Weather Authority app. You can get real-time updates when you need it. Just scan the QR code on the screen, and you can also find this code on KSAT.com.
New at 5, a suspenseful landing for Frontier airline passengers arriving to San Antonio International just a few hours ago. Emergency paramedics, hazmat teams, police rushed to investigate as that Frontier plane landed.
San Antonio fire officials say it was a call for 4 crew members who were feeling nauseous. After a quick survey, fire crews found nothing suspicious on that plane.
A corporate official for Frontier Airlines did issue a statement about the incident this afternoon. They tell us that the flight attendants working in the back of the aircraft noticed what they are calling a, quote, fume-like odor, end quote. They notified the captain. They say that basically the odor was concentrated in the back of the aircraft and that none of the passengers reported being affected.
That statement goes on to say, just as a precaution, the flight crew was evaluated by emergency medical personnel, but no one needed medical treatment. All of the passengers had to deplane this aircraft. Maintenance team worked went to work to determine the cause of that odor.
It's happened again, another vicious dog attack in San Antonio, sending a man to the hospital last night. It happened on South San Gabriel Avenue near the corner of West Commerce. That's on the city's west side.
Garrett Berger talked with the neighbors who saw it all unfold and with Animal Care Services about what's emerging as a trend in these attacks.
Rene Gutierrez was inside last night when he heard screaming. He came outside to find a man on the ground being mauled by a dog.
My neighbor was right there on top of the dog trying to get him off. Then there was another dog that came behind him. I told my neighbor, watch out, dude. There's another dog. And then I just heard gunshots.
Cell phone video shows the aftermath, though we're blurring parts because of its graphic nature. One dog shot dead in the street, the other injured, though it would later die. The man's leg torn and bloody. Sandra Compion had seen the victim walking before the attack and warned him about the loose dogs.
The man started running fast. But when he ran, the dog attacked him.
The dogs are believed to have gotten out through a hole in their owner's fence. And neighbors say it's not the first time they've been out. We tried to talk with the dog's owner.
Hello?
But no one answered. This is the latest in a string of high-profile dog attacks that started with the death of Ramon Nahara in February. The city's Animal Care Services director says while bites were down overall in the fiscal year that just ended in September, there were more severe bites.
I can't think of a single severe attack that we've had this year that did not involve an owned animal. I'm at a little bit of a loss on how to get to the community in general that you could go to prison for this and you could cause someone their life.
Though people on South San Gabriel say, thanks to their neighbor, the worst did not happen.
I think he's a hero because it was between a person's life or the animal's. He did the right thing.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Now, with dog attacks unfortunately being more prevalent, we spoke with a trainer with a local dog trading company, and she laid out some safety tips and suggestions about what someone could or should do in the event you encounter what you feel is a dangerous dog. That story right now on our website. Just go to KSAT.com.
Shot dead near downtown. San Antonio police are still searching for two people wanted in connection to that deadly shooting in the downtown area this morning. Officers say the victim, believed to be homeless, arguing with two people near the intersection of Bonham and McCullough. A witness told detectives that at least one of the men pulled out a gun and fired, hitting the victim in the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. His identity has not been released.
Across America, the owner of a Colorado natural funeral home, along with his wife, have both been arrested for improperly storing 190 bodies. Law enforcement say that the bodies have been decaying inside this funeral home for 4 years. The discovery made in early October after neighbors who live nearby say they noticed a persistent odor coming from the building for weeks. The couple faces extradition after being arrested in Oklahoma. Their bail set at $2 million. Officials say that they're still in the process of identifying those human remains.
To Nashville now, where a young woman caught in the crossfire of a shooting after she's struck in the head by a stray bullet while she was walking on a track. Hundreds gathered at Belmont University for a prayer vigil for the freshman who is in critical condition. Authorities say a driver was shooting at a passing car when the bullet accidentally hit that woman walking on that track. Police say the shooter has been arrested.
3 months after the deadly Lahaina fire ripped through Maui, Hawaii's governor has announced how the money from the new recovery fund will finally be dispersed. The recovery fund contains more than $150 million. The money will be going to people who were injured and the families of people who died. Beneficiaries who voluntarily opt into this program will get more than $1 million next year. According to the governor, the next step in the recovery process is submitting a comprehensive legislative package to protect residents from increases in their energy and insurance bills and to improve the island's electric grid.
Israel agreeing to daily pauses in the fighting, which the Biden administration calls a step in the right direction to help civilians reach safer areas. But an IDF spokesman says the pause is not a ceasefire and the fighting will continue.
ABC's Inez Delicatera reports more from Jerusalem.
The White House says Israel has agreed to expand daily 4-hour pauses in its war against Hamas in Gaza. The pauses are expected to begin today with announcements made 3 hours in advance. President Biden had been pushing for this step from the Israelis.
Take a little longer than I hoped.
The IDF says if Hamas takes advantage of these pauses to initiate combat activities, Israel will take action in response. As the fighting continues, tens of thousands of Palestinians have fled northern Gaza. The United Nations said an estimated 72,000 people have fled to the south through a corridor opened by the Israeli military in recent days. This woman walked from northern Gaza and eventually crossed into Egypt.
Last night it was the first night that I felt sleep, my children too. So for us, for the first time that we feel somehow safe.
Meanwhile, efforts continue to free hostages taken by Hamas during the group's October 7th terror attack on Israel. A source in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office telling ABC News Israel is considering a plan by Egypt and Qatar for a humanitarian pause in exchange for a hostage release. And ABC News has learned that CIA Director William Burns has taken part in those discussions.
We have actively been working to release all the hostages in Gaza, including those Americans.
New video released by Hamas claims to show fierce clashes in Gaza City. ABC News can't confirm when and where these images were filmed, and the Israeli military has also released videos they say shows they're expanding operations on the ground and the sea.
It's going to take us time. No longer exists.
Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Jerusalem.
To health headlines at 5, and the FDA's first postpartum depression pill finally has a price tag attached to it. But women's health advocates say it's too expensive. Zurzuvae was approved in August for postpartum depression. The price, almost $16,000 for a 14-day dose. Advocates worried how women will afford it when it reaches the market later this year. Not clear yet if insurance will actually cover the cost. The drug itself is a fast-acting drug. It only takes about 3 days to take effect. There's already an IV version of it available, but it has to be administered in the hospital for 60 hours, and that can cost up to $35,000.
Meantime, an extraordinary surgical accomplishment. It has the medical community buzzing right now. A group of doctors from NYU performing the world's very first whole eye transplant. Aaron James is an electrical lineman. He lost parts of his face and body in a work accident. He was already going to get a partial face transplant, but a full transplant for an entire eye had never been done before. Until now. The surgery lasted 21 hours. It took a team of 140 surgeons to plan each and every step. Aaron James still hasn't regained sight in his left eye, but doctors are so far pretty impressed with his recovery. We want to take a look outside with your traffic authority, and we do have a problem here. This is I-35 south at 1604. This is an exit ramp that is blocked off. An 18-wheeler apparently skidded on slick roads. You can see the sheen on the road from the light rain that we're getting right now. It appears to have just slid right off of that exit ramp into the mud. And now that area is blocked off. Unfortunately, a lot of traffic is getting stuck behind it as well. This is loop 1604 at 35 south.
Straight ahead on KSAT 12's News at 5. Mom and Dad, if you have a congested baby at home, a humidifier may be able to help loosen up that stuffiness. But be careful. Adding too much moisture to the air could lead to bacteria growth. We're going to show you some of the different types of humidifiers and tell you what you need to be looking out for before you buy.
I'm Myra Arthur, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. We learned more about an alleged motive in a capital murder trial today. Jacob Brownson is accused of killing 3 men inside an apartment while his wife and kids waited outside. What testimony revealed today about that possible motive? Edgewood ISD parents looking for clarity and answers after a proposal to close 2 schools because of problems with funding and low student enrollment. We'll break down what's ahead for the district and parents. And after months of waiting, neighbors in Westwood Square finally got something to help with an ongoing speeding issue. It's parked on a busy road in the heart of this West Side neighborhood. We'll explain what happens with the information that this tool is gathering. All that and more today on the News at 6.
If it hasn't hit you already, it is coming. The season for stuffy noses Drier weather can make congestion worse, and it's hard for little babies and young children to get some sleep. A humidifier can help.
But before you buy, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has information to help you choose a safe humidifier and keep it yuck-free.
Baby not sleeping? A humidifier can't work a miracle, but it can help a child sleep more comfortably. But before you buy...
In a nursery or a child's room, you want to make sure things are really safe. So Consumer Reports recommends that you get a cool mist humidifier. A warm mist humidifier, which heats water, has the potential to scald if there's an accident.
Consumer Reports tested humidifiers to see how many gallons of water each emits in a square foot. Moist air can help alleviate congestion and dry skin, but overly humid air can lead to mold and bacteria growth. Ideally, you want relative humidity in your home between 30 and 50%. CR recommends this Lavoie 200S Smart for smaller rooms. This one has a built-in humidistat, which turns it off when the humidity level is right. You can also measure humidity yourself with a tool called a hygrometer. It's about $10. In that case, Consumer Reports recommends this $30 Aqua Oasis AO101. For bigger rooms, they suggest this Lasco UH200. Finally, a humidifier that isn't cleaned well can lead to harmful mold and bacteria, which can make you or your baby sick. You should rinse and dry daily and sanitize with vinegar once a week. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look outside with live cam. Some of us getting a lot of rain, some of us getting a little rain, but in any event, it's all good.
A few drops on the camera there.
Yeah, at least there's rain. That's the key. At least we have some showers to talk about. It may not be a lot for most of us, but it's better than nothing. And it's kind of nice to have a rainy day mixed in, especially after the long, sunny and hot summer that we had. Now let's look at the rain chances going forward. Still elevated at 60% through 9 o'clock. Then they fall off a bit, 40% overnight and for the morning commute tomorrow. And then throughout the rest of the day tomorrow by lunchtime through the afternoon, they're at 30%. So just some isolated activity. So we're going to see the light rain come and go through the night and even some lingering showers for the morning commute. And then not much on the radar screen, just a few hit or miss showers possible the next few days. But rain chances spike again later on in the forecast. We'll get to that in a moment. First of all, Authority radar showing very light rain. This bright green, that's about as light as it gets in terms of being detectable by the radar. Some yellow areas in Medina County, and that's headed toward Medina Lake Reservoir and parts of Bandera County. Those are some enhanced areas of rain, but still fairly light in nature, and these aren't adding up to a whole lot of rain. Actual rain gauge reports are generally under 1/3 of an inch. We're going to get more, but I think some of the luckiest neighborhoods could see up to an inch. The absolute luckiest. Most of us not seeing that, though. On the back edge of it, closer to the Rio Grande, some enhanced areas here. Moving into La Pryor, we've got one downpour, actually. This is probably the heaviest shower that we've seen all day today. That's headed into La Pryor right now. That's going to last about 15 minutes. That'll actually give you a decent accumulation, but it's very isolated. Probably pick up a quick 0.2 to 1/4 of an inch out of that little downpour. You look at the radar estimates on Authority radar, and not much really east of I-35 until you get to Gonzales, Yorktown, Cuero, and even Hallettsville. There's a little blank spot here so far today, but we anticipate the rain to fill in a little bit more through the night in this area, Seguin, Floresville, Poth, that hasn't really seen much. It's been good across the state. This is what we like to see in drought-stricken Texas. Good soaking rain, not the kind of rain that just washes away immediately because it's coming down so heavy. It actually soaks in. Upper disturbance helping us out along with our cold front. This upper disturbance, that's going to move eastward and dissipate, but it's going to be replaced by another one as we get into Sunday. And that's going to position itself to throw some energy our way Sunday into Monday. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll have some extra time to show you the future cast associated with it. But notice how we bring those rain chances up to 40% Sunday afternoon and evening, and then up to 60% on Monday. So another opportunity for some drought denting rain, and look at how much we could get coming up at 6. But I want to talk temperatures now. 67 currently, dew point is 63. Both of those are dropping with that north wind that's now at 13, gusting up to 18. 61 in Comfort and Kerrville, 58 Los Maples. That's farther behind the cold front where the cooler air is coming from. Meanwhile, 70 still farther to the south. Cold front taking its time, slowly moving southward. But bottom line, we'll be dropping down into the 50s tonight. And tomorrow morning, we'll start the day at 54 degrees at 7 a.m. By noon, we're at 58, and then 60 degrees for the high temperature. So basically, most of the day, if not all of it, will be spent in the 50s. Yeah, we may briefly hit 60, but for the most part, the vast majority of the day in the 50s, briefly in the low 60s in some outlying areas. And that's going to be the rule of thumb through the weekend. Sure, briefly in the lower 60s each afternoon, but most of the day plan for dressing around the 50s. And then we warm back into the 70s by the middle of next week. Ooh, the new drought monitor, by the way, I'll have that at 6 as well.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Adam.
All right, they are a young team, the youngest in the NBA, but right now they're going to the School of Hard Knocks, Larry.
They absolutely are. You know, we heard that a lot last year with the Spurs. They're young, they're learning, they're trying to figure things out. Well, the same is applying to the Spurs this year. Wemby says, hey, man, we are young. It's just going to take us some time. Losing right now is really not a big deal, he says. Plus, we have more on National Signing Day with the Clark Cougars coming up.
We did have a rough start collectively, and but we're young, you know, the youngest team in the league, so we're learning.
Every game is another chance for Wemby and the Spurs to go to school and learn in big board sports. All right, to piggyback off what Victor Wembanyama just said, the Spurs are the youngest team in the NBA by age this season, with the average player 23.52 years old per the NBA. Now, Wemby struggled last night by missing his first 7 shots, and his first bucket didn't happen until late in the third quarter. He scored 14. The Spurs fall 126-105 for their third straight loss.
I mean, it's no big deal, you know. We're learning, and I mean as a young team and any team really, we're going to go through losing streaks someday during the season, through tough times, and it's going to happen, but the most important is how we bounce back.
Spurs will next host the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow night at 7 at the Frostbank Center. Yesterday was National Signing Day, and we didn't get to hear from all the student athletes we talked with, so I want to make sure we give the Clark Cougars the pub they deserve. Libero Jalen Lott will continue her education and athletic career at George Mason University. Basketball player Natalie Huff will enjoy the beach lifestyle that Texas A&M Corpus Christi provides. Jacob Silva will head off to Fort Worth and play baseball for TCU. His teammate Jake Neely is going to Arizona State for baseball, and basketball player Cameron Griffin will take her skills to Central Arkansas.
I'm super excited. Honestly, little Cam would have never imagined me being here tonight, and I'm just really grateful for this opportunity. I know everyone here for me is really excited, and I'm just happy to share this moment with them.
Yes, sir. I'm beyond excited for today. It's a dream come true. It's a blessing, and I couldn't be more thankful for my family, friends, and close relatives to come by and see me.
When I got to campus, it was just a really good experience. I really liked how I'm going to be living on the beach for the next 4 years, and the girls are really great. I feel like I'm going to have really good teammates when I go.
And Clark 5-star basketball recruit Ariana Robertson announced last night she's going to Duke.
That's exciting.
It is.
All tears everywhere.
I know,
Parents,
right?
kids,
happy tears.
Teachers.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Thanks, Larry.
Coaches too.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Areas of very light rain moving through, but enough to cause wet roadways and even some potential issues for the evening commute here. And I anticipate some damp roads for the drive into work tomorrow, the morning commute on your Friday. These light showers will continue to come and go through the night. And again, some of them linger even into the morning commute tomorrow. And then a few showers hit or miss Friday, Saturday afternoons, but by Sunday, Monday, rain chances rise again. We'll take a look at the latest futurecast that's being updated right now, along with just how much rain we could get Sunday into Monday. A little bit of a drought denter.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.